Today I want to talk about, there's so much to talk about fat loss, but for 13 years we've been seeing people who come to us with cancer, diabetes, obesity related issues, and just fat loss. The one thing I've learned is, of course, everyone is different. I'm not here to tell you you need to go on a low carb diet. I'm not here to tell you you need to be on a high protein diet, because those are never the right answers. Everyone's different, bio-individuality. That's why I call it smart carb. What is the carb that suits you? Smart protein. Not too much, not too little. Smart fat, not too much, right quality, right time. Well, today the first tip that I want to give you, and most of us know these things, but we look for complication all the time. We look for the next nutraceutical, the next Ozempic, the next promise that will burn fat off the body, and we keep searching an entire lifetime. Let's get straight down into a little bit of science and common sense. If I want to lose body fat, excessive fat, stubborn fat, I need to be in a calorie deficit. What does this mean? I don't need to starve myself. Being in a calorie deficit doesn't make me feel hungry if I'm eating the right amount of protein and fiber. So for example, the tip that I wanted to leave you with today is every meal you eat, just try to reduce 1 to 2 tablespoons of the carbohydrate. That's it. 1 to 2 tablespoons of the carbohydrate. And in order not to feel hungry, you can increase the fiber or the protein. Now, let's say, for example, I've eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or maybe I'm doing 2 meals. I should know at the end of the day that I ate a little bit lesser than yesterday. Just a little bit. You don't want to starve yourself. All right, that's why you got to be mindful when you're eating, so that you know you ate a little bit lesser at each meal. Now, let's say you're eating 3 meals in a day. That's 3 meals, a little less at each meal, multiplied by 7 days in a week. What do you think is going to happen? Well, hey, guess what? I know you're going to be doing your workouts, because I've been talking about being active every day. Now, you're also going to create a calorie deficit, because you're also burning calories, right? So if you've been doing that fasted walk, or you've been doing that fasted workout, or a regular workout, and let's say you've been burning 200 to 400 to 500 calories, and with that little reduction in food, what do you think happens? You're in a calorie deficit. If you can be consistent with this for 7 to 10 days, you are going to start seeing inch loss, which is fat loss. Unless you're carrying a lot of water and you're bloated, that's different. That's the first simplest tip. It's the weekend. You're going out to eat dinner. I'm never ever here to tell you to change your lifestyle, but you can change how you live your lifestyle. You're going out for dinner with your friends tonight, to a restaurant. Fine, no problem. You can do the same. You should visibly know that, hey, I ate a little bit lesser. I ate lesser. Or if you know the food isn't the best quality, even eat lesser. Maybe you can eat a little bit before you go out. Still eat with your friends. I don't want you to become that person where you're sitting at a dinner table, but you're not eating because you're on a diet plan. But just by making these small incremental changes, like I call them small wins, just a little bit less, a little bit less. You want to have a dessert tonight? Go ahead. Don't have the whole one. Maybe have quarter of it. So you're psychologically still happy, you've not deprived yourself of the dessert, and you've eaten lesser. Now you've done this once. Imagine when you do it 5 times, and 10 times, and 15 times. Along with your regular workout, what's going to happen? You're going to automatically start losing fat. That's the first tip I wanted to give you today. So understand, now let's say you overdid it on the dinner. Now mindfully skip the dessert, right? You can still balance it out. Or let's say you want to have the dessert. So what would you do? Balance out your meal before your dessert. Maybe if I want to have a dessert at night, I don't have the carbs at all. I won't have the carbs. I'll have some veggies. If I'm eating meat that day, I'll have some chicken or fish, or I'll have a steak, whatever it is. But I won't have the carbohydrate, because I'm allowing that space for a little bit of dessert. It all comes down to balance. The healthiest and fittest clients that we've had, who have gone from obese to great bodies today, have done it with simplicity. And then you have another population of people that are dieting and beating themselves up with exercise, and they're yo-yoing their weight, because the body doesn't need extremes. Just create that environment. So that's the number one tip. The second tip is, of course, deep sleep. I got to tell you about a lot of our clients struggle with diets, struggle with workouts, doing everything. When we fix their sleep, we move them to deeper sleep, or from 5 to 8 hours, or 4.5 to 8 hours. or 6 to 7 hours, they automatically started to burn fat better. It's a hormonal thing. It's as simple as that. Your insulin works better. Your blood sugar levels get balanced, and your hormones, because your hormones play a huge role with fat loss. I'm not even using the word weight loss. I don't believe in the word weight loss. Fat loss. And the last tip, continue doing those fasted walks in the morning. Of course, please do your push-ups, your pull-ups, whatever it is. Your weight training, that's great. The more muscle you train, the quicker the fat loss. But do that fasted walk in the morning. If you miss the fasted walk, try to get a low zone 1 cardio in the day. You have a treadmill, go on an incline, walk slower, but try to do that 20, 30, 40 minutes. Try to do this 3 to 4 times a week. Of late, I have a group of patients or clients, I like to call them clients, that are actually training on a Monday, upper body workout, weights, and on a Friday, a lower body workout, weights, a really good workout. In between, they're doing yoga and cardio. They're doing about 40 to 45 minutes of a slow walk, incline, or a regular speed or brisk walk at a normal level. You need to believe in the power of consistency. You know, many of us get busy, but walk. There is so much power in that fasted walk in the morning. So I have a lot of people who did the challenge. Fasted walk followed by 30 minutes of yoga. Some did 15 minutes of yoga as they cool down and to kind of, stretch out those hamstrings and those quads and everything else. I want you to commit to 10 days of doing this, and I promise you, it's going to get better. And of course, there are those cases if you're on heavy steroids, you're going through a particular treatment, your hormones are all over the place. Maybe this won't work as efficiently, but it will start to work. It will start the process of fat loss. Okay, these are the tips I wanted to leave you. There are many, many more, but let's just start off with this. Try to eat a little bit lesser, not starving. So if I'm cutting down on carbohydrates, I'll increase my fiber through my vegetables. If I'm cutting down on my carbohydrates, I'll increase my fat. So I'm not going to feel hungry, but I am going to reduce, and I know at the end of the day, I've eaten a little bit lesser. And get that fasted walk in, work on your sleep, and I can promise you in 10 days, I want you to take this up as a challenge if fat loss is your goal. Take it and track it every day. At the end of the day, how did I do? Did I do my walk? Have I eaten lesser at each meal? Let's say you went wrong at lunch, at dinner, try to control it. Okay, because you're not going to die of starvation. You already have a lot of body fat that your body will use to keep you alive when it has a shortage of food. But we're not talking about starvation. We're talking about this littlest drop in your overall consumption of daily calories. It is so important for us to read labels because sometimes we think that, hey, let me have a diet soda.